is Ren, owner and designer at Blessing by Design. I'm here today on my 2019 12.9-inch iPad Pro and Apple Pencil. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make default pen colors. And I personally love this about all the different note-taking apps is that you can make your own default pen colors. And this definitely helps for note-taking systems, like if you were to make your own note-taking system. Today I'm going to be showing you my preferred way of making my own pen colors. But first of all, we're not going to start off in GoodNotes. Today I'm going to be showing you my favorite way to make my own pen color code. So first of all, what I do, I go to Safari or any browser and I type in image color palettes. And the reason why I do this is because when you're note taking and you have a color that or a color scheme that you know comes from something that you like or something that you have good memories from, then while you're note taking, it makes you more relaxed while you're working. And so for me, I'm going to actually do beach because beaches are relaxing, right? So I'm just going to go to images. And what you'll see is you'll see all these different images and they took color palettes from these images. You can just kind of scroll down and see the ones that you like best. And what you do is when you find one that you like this one, you can save it to your camera roll. And you just kind of go through and you find all the images that you like and the color palettes that you like. And I actually like to make sure that I have the traditional yellow because yellow always to me means important and that I should take notice to. And you can do really relaxing color palettes like this one here. And you can also do very vibrant one. Ooh, this one's cool too. Like if you do wedding color combos, usually these are really soft colors or colors that really go good together and are not just in the same environment. And for pen colors, you want to make sure that you get darker colors. You don't want to get like yellow or really light green or really light blue because you won't be able to see it on the white paper. But yeah, after you find the amount that you want, and we come into Procreate here, and what you want to do is you just make a new canvas like this, or new canvas, and it's not going to focus. Sorry about that. And so I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to hit add a photo, insert a photo, and I'm going to go to my photos here, and I'm going to see all the ones that I liked. And so I'm just going to come in here, and I'm just going to import them. And it's better to keep them semi-small like this. And I'm just going to go ahead and import all the ones that I just saved. Okay, so once you've imported all of these pictures that you want to use for your pens, now you have to, for your pen colors, now you have to go through and check the ones that you want, or the finalists, if you will, of the ones that you would like to do, that you would like to use. So in Procreate, I'm just zooming in here. I'm going to, you just press and hold on the ones you want. So like if I want this really dark blue here, I just press and hold and it does the eyedropper. And now it's in my pencil here. So I'm going to just do airbrushes. They tend to be pretty solid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to make a little swatch. Like that. So that's really big. Okay, so you don't have to make it that big. You can make it an itty bitty one. And you just kind of go through, just make it what means the beach to you. It doesn't have to look like the beach, really. It doesn't have to have a bunch of sandy colors. It can just be really cool, really calm colors. And you can have shades of the same color too. I found that sometimes you can do different shades of the same color and it worked fairly well. And a red pen is always nice too if you need to do like corrections on something. And you can use a yellow one too because sometimes you can just underline something instead of highlighting it. And they don't even have to really be your final ones. You can just make a bunch of them of the more dark colors. And even in Procreate like this, you can test them out on a white paper. Okay, so now that I've got my finalist here, I can test what they're going to look like on a piece of paper, like as if I was writing a note. And I usually like to use the word hello or hello there so that you can kind of see what they're going to look like as words. Because when they're in these big blobs like this, it's really hard to tell how they're going to look as really skinny lines. Like as you can see, this one you can barely see. This one's getting better, and then this one's a darker one, so it's much easier to see, but you can also still kind of tell that it's a color. So I would say it would be in between these two, but definitely that one's out. And so you just kind of go through and you mark out the ones that you definitely aren't going to be using. Like this one here is more of a color, so it can stay. And really most of the colors that I picked here are a pretty decent color, and they can handle being on paper because they're so dark. You don't want to go too dark because then it just blends in with the black. I really like this color here. And you can use these lighter colors that you wouldn't really use for your color codes as something to underline or circle with. It's kind of like a highlighter, but not. So you don't always just have to use these colors for writing. Okay, so now that I've got all these kind of swatched out like this, I can go through and mark out the ones that are too dark and the ones that are too light. So like for example, this one's too dark and this one's too dark for sure. Because as you can see, it almost looks like black. This one's on the verge of being too dark. So as you're going through this, you also kind of have to think about what you're going to be using that color for. So like before, when I said that I was going to pick this red because I want to use it for errors, now that I have it on paper as words, it almost looks, it's very dark. It's a very dark red. And I actually prefer, now that I have these all out, I actually prefer the coral color. So now I just marked that guy out. And I'm just going to be using the yellow for underlining, so it's fine that it's very light. And you can also do this differently. You can also go about, like, I definitely want to use that one, and I definitely want to use this one, and I really like this one, and I like that one. You can have as few or as many pen colors as you want. I prefer having fewer because when you're going through black, if you have a bunch of colors, it can kind of get overwhelming and kind of counteract the relaxing feeling that you're trying to create with these colors. And I also think to make it feel more beach-like, I should also have a tan. It's also good to do these in somewhat of an order so that you know which color you're choosing. So I'm choosing this pink. And you just kind of go through and you mark out these. Okay, so now that I have my colors of the ones that I want, and it's only 5 colors, which is fine. Well, there's actually 6 here. Okay, there's 6. I'm not crazy. So what I may end up doing is I may end up choosing one more because this yellow is more for underlining and this pink is more for errors. So I may end up choosing 2 more, and I may have to go up here to my swatches here and find ones that are closely related to the ones that I've chosen. So like for this one, I may end up choosing, for the pink, I may end up choosing this one as another one for me to use, like that one there. And maybe one more that's more close. Maybe I'll do the tone of this one here as well. So those are my 8 colors, and 2 of them again are more special colors. And when you do special colors like this, like errors and important things, you want to make sure that they're really bright colors in contrast to the other colors that you've chosen. So what you want to do now is you want to go back to GoodNotes. So now that I'm in my planner here, you'll see I still have the default pen colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull up on the bottom of my iPad here and drag my Procreate to over here. So now I've got my GoodNotes on one side and Procreate on the other. And I'm actually going to make this smaller because I don't need Procreate as big as I need GoodNotes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to this first color here, which is this blue. And I'm going to do the eyedropper again. And I'm going to go to this pen and I'm going to hit edit. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to keep the black, obviously. But I'm going to delete the ones that I'm not going to be using. And it's fine if you leave the gray and the white in there along with the black. And sometimes you will prefer to write with the gray, or if you're on a black piece of paper or on a darker like image or something, you're going to want white. So now I'm going to hit this little plus in a box here. And actually, as you can see, you can choose ones from GoodNotes itself. It has this color picker here. But I'm going to do custom colors, and I'm going to actually do it from the hex color. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go to value, and you'll see here it'll show you the hex color for your colors. I'm going to type in 199 DBB. And as you can see, there's my blue from over here in GoodNotes. So now I'm going to go on to the next color, and you just kind of go through all of these, and it's going to take a little bit of time for you to do all of these, and you can actually leave it open like this. Especially on these bigger iPads, you can see, but you may not be able to see on your iPad the color here. And I recommend doing it on an iPad. I can't imagine doing this on an iPhone on the itty bitty screen. And so you just go through and you enter the colors. And the cool thing about doing it this way is you will always have your pen color codes. So if you ever get a new device, like a new iPad like I did, then you can always have your pen color codes, and later, in a later video, I'll show you the highlighter colors. But you will always have these colors as long as you back them up to like Box or something from Procreate. Then you will always have this Procreate file. Then when you download GoodNotes again, you can just go through and type in all of your colors. And so then what you can do now is, if you want to organize these, you can move them around by like color if you wanted to. Something like that. And there you go. Now you've got these colors, and you hit done. And then you can tap on these. And as you can see, it's that color that we had before. I'm trying to do a Procreate undo. It's the color that you had before. And so now you can use this color to plan stuff. And we have done that. You have made your own pen color codes. And now all you have to do is like the video, and of course subscribe. Spell it right. And of course subscribe to our channel. So that's it. Now you know how to make your own pen color codes. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.